3D Sunflower Acrylic Nail Art Tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish.
Hi everybody, in today's video I'm going to kind of do the kickoff video for my Halloween fall season with one that is pretty benign. So I'm going to have a really pretty little sunflower. This is a design that was requested a bunch when I did my pansy video a couple months ago. So I hope you guys, if you are a sunflower fan, love this video as much as I do. And don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well.
I'm going to begin with an overlay of clear acrylic over the whole nail to make sure that it is nice and strong before I start adding all the fun artsy stuff on top of it. And in any design that has just kind of a clear background layer, because you're going to be painting over the top of the entire thing, you don't have to use acrylic for this. Gel works really well, like a builder gel would be fine, or poly gel, acrylic, you know, whatever your favorite product is. Dipping powder also is an option. So I'm going to take and file my nail into shape with my e-file, starting out with a coarse bit to remove any bulk that there might be, making sure that the entire shape is nice and smooth. And then I'm going to switch over to a finer bit and essentially buff the surface to make it really, really nice and smooth and velvety in texture. So I'm going to take and apply 2 coats of a brown glitter gel polish over the top of the entire nail. This is actually one of my favorite autumn fall colors. It's just gorgeous. After those 2 coats are on there, I'm going to be applying a layer of gel sealer, curing that again, and then I'm going to start sculpting out my little petals. So with yellow acrylic, I'm going to begin sculpting each petal. So there's the first one. And I'm going to leave a small gap and add the second one. So this is just the beginning of them. This isn't like where they're very detailed. So then after they've set for a second, you kind of can create a little line down the center of each petal. So there's the first 2 that I'm going to leave a gap between the middle one and the next one again. So just leave another little gap and create the third one. So those little gaps that we're leaving are just temporary. I like to leave a gap between teeth in designs or petals in designs like this so that I don't have to worry about messing up one that's still a little bit moldable before it sets up by working right next to it. So I'm going to go back through and add a petal in between those first 2 that I did, and then in between the second 2. And then kind of just keep repeating the process for these really cute little, very sunflower petals. And my yellow acrylic isn't as opaque as I would have preferred. As you can see, it's the nice, sharp, crisp lines that I would have really enjoyed aren't there, just because you can kind of see through the yellow and see that background color beneath it. And so I fixed that little issue with some acrylic paint later on. But if you have a brighter yellow, there'd be less painting that would be necessary. So after you have all of your petals in place, then I'm going to take a bead of shimmery brown acrylic and I'm going to place that right in the center, like so, and then let that set up for just a second. Then take something that has a small point on it, whether that be a needle or a dotting tool or a toothpick, whatever you have on hand, and dip whatever you're using into some acrylic powder so it's not going to stick, and then just push that into that brown acrylic to create some texture for the center of the flower. Now taking some really bright yellow paint, I'm going to be adding little highlights around the edges of each petal. So this is where I said if you have a more intensely pigmented color of yellow acrylic, this might not be necessary because all your petals would show up better than mine did. But I wanted them to be very vibrant, so I needed to add a little bit of color. So just add that really quick little yellow outline there. It doesn't take too much, and you don't want to completely paint over the petals, but just a touch. And then I'm going to take some orange and add a stripe down the center of each petal. And I'm sorry I went off camera and I know my words are kind of in a weird spot. I tried to do it so that they were the least intrusive. And then taking some green paint, I'm going to add a couple little dots right in the center of the brown. And then I'm going to apply a little bit of nail glue right around the edge of the center of the flower and attach some gold caviar beads in a nice little row. And you may have to add more nail glue if your glue starts to dry up before you place all the caviar beads down. But just add those. I think that is my favorite little touch on this whole design are those caviar beads. I think they add so much. Apply some gel sealer to the center of the flower, cure that, and then some matte top coat to the petals, and that's it. I love this design. I think it's so very elegant and autumnal. And I do also have a MelodyMinutes to stay tuned for, so check that out too.
You got squirted, Melody. You got squirted. Did you get squirted? What do you got in there? Got some rocks?
Yes.
You got some rocks. Did your rocks get wet?
It's warm water. It should have been cold.
What gave you this brand idea to do with it?
I've been planning this for weeks.
What's the point of getting my legs?
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that quick little video of us and our water fight from about a month ago. Please share any recreations with me on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!